It is time to look at Windows Utility again. I usually like to try and update this utility at least once a month, revisit, try to clear out old issues, finish committing the test branch to the main, after all of everything that's been looked at. Now, it's the last one we did with WinUtil update was on the 23rd. I always label the test branch, so I kind of know, hey, when do I need to get after it and make sure I do that every month update. I kind of just do that to, one, keep everything nice and tidy, but two, just to make sure the project doesn't get away from me or Windows doesn't update and break things, because we all know they love to update and break things. I went ahead before the stream and did a full Windows update, updated my system a couple times. There's like a Copilot icon down here. You can click it. It doesn't really do anything. So that's kind of like halfway loaded, I guess. I probably did something that broke the dependency of for Copilot preview. We might look at that. We also need to look at edge removal, everything else. And just probably look at pull requests and issues in general. So we'll probably start out with pull request issues and that type of thing, and see where we end up. How's everybody doing today? Michael, AJ, oh man, it's been good. It's been good. I did a live stream with Craft Computing. I was on there last night. That was a lot of fun too. I should have mentioned it. I just forgot to throw it in the Discord when I went live. But man, that was a good chatting with Jeff over there. Ad blocker won't work on Twitch. You might try purple ad blocker. I think I have it. Do I have purple ad blocker? Oh no, that was when I was using Brave. But you could use purple ad blocker. I think it has a little bit higher success rate than uBlock. Have you tried Linux on the MacBook M1? No, I mean, I think eventually once that, what is it, the Shida or Acai project, once that gets a little bit more, you know, I have a Mac over here that I would probably use for that. I'd totally be there. We'll try Void next. Yeah, I was thinking Void, or because Void's interesting because there's no system D. You also have other ones in this space, like was it? I want to say Denuvo, but that's not it. Debian, I think it is a Debian spin without system D. So that's kind of cool. Gentoo as well. I think that would be kind of fun. All right. I think that's good. Let's jump on our GitHub and see about the WinUtil. Let's make the WinUtil a little bit better today. WinUtil. We don't have any pull requests. I think I've already merged everything. Host file. To completely shut up, I recommend blocking. I can't really modify the host file. And if you change some of these things, like I don't like this method of blocking because the host file can get cleared out. Blocking login.live.com is going to screw every Hotmail user out there, or I'm sorry, Outlook.com user out there. That's just not good. So there's a lot of things here. Also, O365 is reliant on this one. I know for a fact it uses that, especially the residential O365. The business version of O365 gets pushed through some different servers. But I can't really use this, as that could be bad. Yeah. If you're on Windows, just know you're not going to be blocking all the telemetry. You're just not. It's just not there. All right, 1 second. Let me I gotta sign in. GitHub does something weird, like when you're authenticating for the first time, a lot of times it shows your IP. I don't really like that. All right, we're good. For obvious reasons. Block it with Pi-hole. You could use pfSense too, you know? I like pfSense with PF blocker. That's really cool. Although these days I've kind of moved away from pfSense and I've sold out. I've just gone and just thrown like a Ubiquity Dream Machine in. Oh, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. That I just was like, I don't want to mess with it. I'm just going to go with the Dream Machine. There's a couple of the pfSense stuff I had. I had a really nice pfSense from Netgate. An official box. It was a 1U unit. It was a great gateway, and I loved tinkering with it and making videos about it, but like nobody actually watched the videos on YouTube, so I was like, oh well, I'm just gonna throw Ubiquity Dream Machine in because I needed to upgrade and get I I think it was a 5G port, or no, a 10G, because my internet was 5G, 5 gig up and down. And then I've since actually kind of culled that down. I was like, okay, I don't need 5 gig up and down. That's a little much for me. All right. So we don't have any pull requests. Let's see here. Host file. Won't make modifications to the host file. And blocking login.live.com will have big ramifications for O365 users and Outlook.com users. All right, we'll close that issue. Anything else sticks out to us? Pings bing.com every time I search on Windows, not browser. Well, I kind of want to block Bing, but I'm kind of on the fence here. I know there's some Edge users in the crowd, you dirty Edge users, but blocking bing.com I'm not 100% adverse to, because nobody really uses bing.com. It's terrible. Let's just say it's by far the worst search engine. Like DuckDuckGo, sure, that I can see people using that, which actually I think Microsoft bought out DuckDuckGo, so I think that actually might be using Bing. But I don't know on that one. Yeah, I don't know. What are everybody's thoughts on blocking Bing? Yeah, removing Edge can be a little dicey. It could be a little bit hit and miss. And I've been working on a PS1 file, and I kind of want to not make it nearly as egregious as it is right now. Because right now it kind of does a nuke the world kind of approach to removing Edge. It removes it, but a lot of times it removes too much. So I think modifying it to at the very least not use WebView, because WebView is needed by the visual community, and I want to say versions of Office also require a WebView as well. So make sure we remove that customization. I don't know, does anybody use Bing Chat? Bing Chat I thought was crap. Everyone just used ChatGPT, right? Because I think ChatGPT, well, actually, no, 3.5. Let's say you don't spend any money here. 3.5 hasn't been updated since 2021. And I want to say Bing Chat pulls the latest results. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong there, chat, if it doesn't. Because I think it does, right? So maybe blocking Bing would not be the thing to do. They added Bing to Skype. God, people still use Skype? Oh, man. Stop it. Although, as I sit here and say that, look what I have down here in the taskbar. Microsoft Teams. Oh, Lord. Probably need to remove that. Yeah, because Skype's just a hot mess. And I've even talked to Microsoft people. I remember chatting with a guy that's on the kernel, or not the kernel team. He's on the compiler team at Microsoft. And he said, man, they just dread working on anything that's related to Skype. Teams, for all its faults, at least that's something they can deal with pretty easily. But Skype is just like an inherited mess. And they have always had issues with the integration process. So Skype will just continue spiraling out of control is what that tells me. So take that for what it's worth. But yeah, if you're going to go Microsoft product, Teams, Skype is gonna die eventually. They're eventually gonna just push it all to Teams. So if you're a Skype user, get used to Teams, because that's gonna happen eventually. Skype is used in Russia, yeah. They'll push it all to Teams. You mark my words on that one. You can save this. You can take that to the bank. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't think you should use either Skype or Teams. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm just saying there are people that have to use the Microsoft stuff. And for that, typically, you're going to want to push towards Teams instead of Skype. Just my 2 cents on that. Yeah, so I guess we can leave that for now. I probably need to start clearing out some of these. Some services to disable. Mirror backup, start app task. Oh, those are scheduled tasks. Okay. This is just application experience. I like that. And then map update task, network state change, and temp signed license exchange. Okay. I kind of like these. That actually looks pretty good to me. Let's take a look at our tweak script. Let's come down to scheduled tasks. That was OneDrive. Let's go up. So here's our scheduled tasks on the tweaks. Program updater, consolidator, then queue reporting. So let's go comma space name. Where is my autopilot? Usually it's on top of this. Oops, wrong button. Okay, Copilot. I gotta remove you from my taskbar. It's messing with my mojo here. Okay, Mayor backup. Jeez, I'm gonna stop punching that one of these days. Mayor backup. There's maps broker, application experience. Well, that's not. Let's come here with that. Oh, why do I keep pushing that? All right, I'm moving task. We're just gonna unpin that. Like, I always keep pushing it. All right, let's take a peek. Mayor backup. Here we go. Mayor backup. And then we go state disabled. There's my Copilot. Original state. Enabled. Beautiful. Microsoft Windows application. Microsoft Windows application. So we'll do startup task next, and then PCA patch DB task as well. Both those look like great extra commits. Less Microsoft stuff coming out. I like it. Application experience, if you're unfamiliar, that's that little stupid, it was in like Windows icons and stuff for a while there. But, wait, did that, come on, autofill. Ah, it should have accepted it, but oh well. Let's go, Mayor backup, but we're gonna grab startup task. Change that guy. State disabled and original state enabled. That all looks good. AJ, thanks for the prime and the gifted sub from Michael. All right, here we go. This should finish it. As far as the maps update task, I think we could probably disable that. Settings sync, I'm going to leave alone just because there's people that do use settings sync. What that is, I know you guys are going to laugh your butt off, but people do use Microsoft accounts. I know I actually disabled this at one time, and then I heard a whole bunch of people submitted issues to me about it. But it syncs your desktop wallpaper and some of your Windows settings across Windows devices. It still does a piss poor job of it, but it does it. So that's a thing. I don't know why I'm manually filling this out. Let's just do this. There we go. And I guess we'll go ahead and throw that maps updater in, because it'll still update when you're in the application. This is going to be just maps map update task is what that is going to be. And we don't want that constantly pinging. If you're using the app, you can manually refresh it and it's going to be just fine. Let's go Microsoft Windows. Windows maps. Maps. And math. So close. GPT, you're getting close here. Just not quite there. It's map update task. Verify. Map update task. State disabled. There we go. I think we had a little white space there. I think that's what we're going to do on this commit. I don't want to change settings sync, and license manager might get me in trouble with, again, some Office users, because Office is really trying to do better with two-factor. If you ever dealt with two-factor on Office, especially like Outlook, it's improved, but it was a complete like dumpster fire. So it's better than that now, but it's still not great. And there's often times where you have to load up like Credential Manager. I would show you, but it'd show you all my credentials, and you would just blow out all of Credential Manager that's in Windows. So if you ever do run into that, load up Credential Manager and then just delete all the values there. If you're having like O365 problems, you probably need to reboot after doing that, re-sign in, and then you could probably do two-factor in O365. It's a common issue with that. All right, this one's done. Let's save it. We can see our tweaks. We're gonna just call this one remove application experience. All right, we got our first commit. Perfect. Let's go ahead and push. We'll push that just so I can grab the history there. Let's grab that, and I'll close out this one. Alrighty, and then you can, if you click on it, you can see what I'm doing for the state change, which is kind of neat. I love how I've gotten better with GitHub, so you can follow and I can track a lot of issues. So when people make them, I can say, here's the commit, and they can directly see my changes. And then they can kind of double check me too. I'm sure he'll come back and be like, hey, you missed two. And I'm like, nah, we're not going to do those two. Oh, we need to add thorium. I see people talking about thorium in chat. That's one thing we could add. Geez. People have been asking about that. Let's add some thorium, shall we? Let me see if I know my alphabet. TH. Let's go WPF install thorium. And we're going to just click on that. And we'll add WinGit. ChatGPT, what do you think? You going to give me the right one? No. I would have been impressed if they got me the right. I would have been very impressed if they actually pulled that directly from the internet. That would have been neat. All right, we'll grab thorium. We're just grabbing the WinGit. You think Warium's in chocolatey? Let's see. Cocoa, search thorium. I bet it is. No, there is no chocolatey thorium. Well, shucks. Sorry. Let's go. Cocoa. Not applicable. All right. There's thorium. Not quite there yet. Oh, let's now adjust our XAML file. I typically would do this in a GUI, but after dealing with it, it's kind of second nature at this point. It's pretty easy to read too. All right, here we go. We're gonna just grab this, and it's fairly simple. I remember when I used to do this in absolute values. Oh my gosh, that was a nightmare. Thorium. Okay. There we go. We'll add that thorium addition. Compile and push. We will have thorium set up for our merge as well. Add a few registry tweaks. Oh, yeah. See, this is something... this is very personal preference. And that's not something I want to do with the utility. It doesn't necessarily deep load anything. It just changes everybody's personal preferences, which I don't really like. Some of these are done, but a lot of this is personal preference. Preference and can't be added. Yeah. Let's add Cortana. Well, you know, you need to if it's Windows 11, because they did remove Cortana in Windows 11. I think the first iteration of Windows 11 still had it, but I want to say the recent versions released no longer have Cortana. Well, that's rare. A rare win there, guys, but hey. I know this tool uses, oh no, shut up recommended. Why not include SG Optimizer? Anybody ever done TCP Optimizer? I can't say I have ever messed with that. We might look at that. Disable automatic sample submission. Tempted. I totally agree with this change. Yeah, I guess let's do it. Let's make sure. Yeah, it's a pretty simple change. Let's just toss that in the telemetry tweaks. Where are you? Telemetry tweaks. 1 second. I'll find them here in a minute. There's the debloat. Invoke scripts. Here was the tweaks. Oh no, tweak storage. Yeah, we'll have to make sure. First time I saw WinUtil. Does this work? Yeah, it was actually designed in Windows 10, and then Windows 11 came out, and we just kind of added to it to make sure it jived with Windows 11 as well. It's a good question, but I get it all the time. I probably should just put Windows 10 and Windows 11 on the actual tool itself. Mouse acceleration. I need to change those enables and disables. I've been meaning to update that. Bing search. And then IPv6. Oh my gosh. What do we have red here for? Oh, that was that invoke script. And that's for, well, what is that? That's, oh, here we go. Here's the telemetry tweaks. This is where we want to add it. Let's just do that. Let's take that. It feels like that's not, why is it giving me that red expected comma? What is it? I think this is it. I can probably ignore this error. I just kind of want to see what Copilot gives me. Go home, you're drunk. I ain't doing that. That's stupid. Okay. All right. Let's go here. This is gonna be disable Defender auto sample submission. And we're just gonna do a set MP preference. Out null, probably do like a silent. Because if we do, yeah, I want to say you would do error action, silently continue. I can't remember if I should put that before the out null or not. Let's see where else we're using this. That was a get item property, recursive. I want to say we should use it after the, probably do yeah. We're going to do it after the command. Looking at this, the out null is not where this should go. I don't know what I was thinking. So let's just double check this command works. Perfect. Check to make sure that command works. Great. All right. All that is gravy. I like it. Remove sample submission. There we go. Hey, first time. All right, RP. Good to have you here, man. Man, we're going to have to revisit that. You know, I couldn't drink alcohol for a bit there, HGH, but as my health has gotten considerably better, I can actually drink again, which is kind of nice. I don't drink very often these days, but yeah, all that working out's paying off. Who would have thunk it? Just do it in moderation. Wise words. Everything in moderation. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Here is the commit. Will be pushed alive soon. All right. And then you can click on it. You can see the change here. So now that we have that, we have our push. Probably should do a compile and then a push as well. Let's just jump over to WinUtil. And let's do a compile. Lazy G. Testing. We're going to just test this bad boy. And WinUtil PS1. Let's just run it. All right, let's go tweaks. Should we just do, let's just do a desktop tweak and click that. What about this? I just kind of pick everybody's brain in chat real fast. What if when we click add ultimate performance, it automatically sets the power plan? We could probably easily do that as well. We could probably do like a power CFG set power plan. That seems like a good quality of life fix as well. Anywho, let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and, it's been a while since I debloated and I just did an update. So let's do that. Another tweak I kind of want to do is make a toggle for system restore. Right now it's not optional, which is probably what 99% of the people using this should do, is have a restore point. But for testing, for me personally, and also people installing on VMs, they probably just don't want the restore point. Oh, nice. Look at that. Michael's crossed the threshold of 350 subs badge. Nice, man. Oh, Michael, did you see I added a bunch of emotes? I changed a ton, and I just went and paid somebody and was just like, hey, give me a bunch of meme emotes for chat to use. So you should have access to all that now, too. It was optional some time ago, Goat, but inevitably people kept screwing up their systems. Like, they'd get into miscellaneous tweaks a little bit too much, and they would just... There's one tweak in here that... There's two tweaks, actually. These two tweaks, remove all Microsoft Store apps and remove Edge, will inevitably screw some stuff up, usually. I'm trying to make remove Edge not screw up as much, specifically WebView, making sure that doesn't get removed. That will help with VS community users out there. This one, it's just always going to screw up people's systems when they go to try use anything Microsoft. I want to remove it, but I know there's a portion of people that really want to use it. And I think I'm going to remove it just because, well, one, let me remove that. Is this still running in the background? Oh, yeah, it's still running. But I really want to change that because I'm tired of people. This tool has gotten so popular. There's a lot of normal people using it, and I kind of want to remove the things that normal people really shouldn't use and add them back in a way that only advanced users would find them and use them. And I'm trying to think of the best way to make that look good. I haven't come up with any ideas yet on that one. The power plant idea is good though, yeah. Yeah, warning of sorts, I agree, bud. 100%. Yeah, add not recommended next to it. Yeah, probably. I could just add and I think at the very least we can do that. Let's just come over to input. Let's fix that up, shall we? I feel like we should change these. Maybe we call them advanced tweaks. I think we talked about this a while and then I never got around to it. Yeah, let's call this advanced tweaks. Caution. All right. And then tweaks debloat. Actually, should have done that back here. I did a pretty good job on the tooltip, but people probably don't read toolpick. Not recommended. Not recommended. I'm not going to recommend removing Edge. I just like to talk mad crap about removing Edge. But I'm not going to recommend either one, to be honest with you. Just because a normal person removing those things, they're not going to know what happened. And they're going to be like, I guess I got to reinstall. And I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want people to use my utility and then be like, I guess I got to reinstall. I'd much rather them go, oh, I like this. But you should have probably added this one tweak. I'm getting a lot of those types of comments, which I'm okay with. Because there's a lot of times there's a reason why I didn't add that one tweak. So that's good. Here Be Dragons. I have that book. The Here Be Dragons I think it's a ethical hacking book. I can't remember. Or no, not all firewalls are dragons or something. What is that? Ah. Oh, okay. I'm not crazy. Firewalls don't stop dragons. It's a cool little book. I still need to go through it and read it. Techlore actually sent that to me. I haven't seen much of Techlore's content lately. Hope he's doing all right. But I always like him. He's a good dude. That's all gravy. Moving on. What else do we have? We've got thorium added. We've got that pushed. Is there anything else we should do on this commit? Windows still phones home. Huh. Do you know how I can stop that phone home? Again, some of those I don't want to stop, but... Oh, let's see. What else was there? I bet he could have condensed that into one. I'll have to look to see what services use that those addresses. Oh, look. Here we go. Use the power change, monitor, timeout, AC. Could also be nice if the ultimate could include the power change. Okay. Let's see. What else is it? Yeah, I've always liked Techlore's. And in talking with him, I chatted with him for a good bit. He uses Signal a bunch, which I don't, to be honest with you. A lot of times I get frustrated with Signal because I'm like, I deleted the old conversation. I get that's kind of what the whole point of the thing is, but I kind of wanted to remember the context of this. Because sometimes I'll like leave a conversation because I just get busy. And then I'll try to come back to it like on a different machine, maybe hours or days later. And then I'm like, oh crap, I don't remember what I said. And Signal is my worst nightmare for that. But it's a really good service. I can't speak enough good things about Signal. It's just someone that uses a whole bunch of multiple devices across everything. It sometimes is a bit of a pain. You can't find Microsoft Maps installed, but you can't find it anywhere on the system. So you might check, like, here's a good place. Most people don't understand how, like Windows 10, Windows 11, honestly, this is in Windows 8 too. I believe it's program data. Where was it? I think it was Windows. Oh, I had it in, when I was doing the Windows one shot, I had to track all this down, and there were specific spots for, where was the, yeah, let's ask GPT. GPT, gotta log in again. There we go. All right, great. Let's go new chat. All right, chat GPT. Where are Microsoft Store apps stored on the system? Program files, Windows apps folder. Okay, that's where it was. I thought it was in program data. Program files, Windows apps. There it is. Yeah. Check this out. Here, I'll put it in chat. Check to see if it's in here, and you can kind of see, like, I have Clipchamp installed, Ubuntu, WSL. We have Bing News installed, a gaming app, GitHub. Don't delete things out of here, but if you're looking for the files, this kind of gives you a good example of it. And then to remove them, you can just do like a remove package after PowerShell. Let's just do that. So you can do remove AppX. Sometimes you have to, like, what if it is a provisioned, I want to say Maps is a provisioned AppX, known as built-in or pre-installed, are called provisioned applications. So let's do a listing of that, and we can actually show it in real time. This is kind of a good exercise just to know. So there's regular Microsoft apps, but then there's provisioned apps. Obviously GPT wasn't going to tell us that unless we already knew about it. So if you look, here's all the provisioned apps in here. You can see Teams. Let's say I want to get rid of Teams. We can go remove AppX provisioned. Provisioned. Can I spell it? Probably not. I failed English class. Package. Online. And then you should be able to Just grab the entire package name right here. Not the display name, but the actual package name. Positional parameter could not be found that accepts argument. Oh, oops. I forgot. PowerShell nonsense. Package name. So now you can see that that's changed and removed. Now, Teams is interesting. You can still see it in my taskbar here because Teams has provision packages. It has regular packages through the store. It has business. It has personal. And then it has executables that can be installed through the add remove traditional way. And it can integrate into your registry. Teams is literally a virus. And it's impossible to know which variant of virus you have. That's Teams for you. Then Microsoft's just asinine way of doing it. I want to say this one's probably something I probably at some point installed. Hopefully. Is Microsoft Teams here? Teams is not here. What? I guess Teams isn't. All right. Teams is gone here, right? Yeah. Anywho, this is one way of getting rid of it. This version of Teams is somewhere else. So probably, let's do I can't grep this. I think I added the grep alias though. Let's see. Grep Teams. No, maybe not. Yeah, Teams works actually better on Linux and Mac because it doesn't go everywhere like a virus. But on Windows, man, Teams spreads like wildfire. Oh, yeah. You can probably just uninstall it directly from your menu in here. That's true. Yeah, it was a Microsoft app, but not the provision kind. So, yeah, look at it. There it goes. Look at that. Sometimes the simplest solution is the best solution. Just find it in your start menu and right-click and hit uninstall. You're not going to be able to do that for Maps. I think Maps is provisioned. Do I have Maps installed here? Let's see. We can try it on stream. No, I don't have Maps. Fun fact. All right. Well, there's a bunch of different ways. A lot of good information there. Yeah. That's weird. Setting up something to bloat scripts, it's kind of funny because you're tracking down where all this stuff goes and you have to think of every way that it could get installed. Okay, we have that done. What else do we have? Performance. I do like this, although monitor timeout AC 0. No, I kind of like that change. Let's do it. Because if you're going ultimate performance, you really don't want to monitor timeout when it's on AC power. So let's go power profile. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize I have notifications again, guys. How about that? Program or power profile. Nope, not there. All right, let's just go power. All right, here's this script. This is for hibernation. Ultimate. I don't have it in here. Where did I put this? I might have put it directly in a function. WinUtil. I think I wrote this on one of my streams. Okay, we have the invoke ultimate performance. We set the GUI, we match it, add power scheme, adding. And then if it's disabled, it does that. It does that if it's not found. Let's refactor this, I feel like. No, let's not refactor. Let's just take this state if equals enabled. Like, obviously, that would probably work, but let's GPT double check real fast. We're doing a lookup for the power scheme. Use power CFG to enable ultimate performance profile and disable monitor sleeping. All right, set active. And then change monitor time at AC. I think when we look at this, I want to say GPT's wrong on this one. I think it's actually // dash change monitor timeout AC 0. I don't think that's valid. Let's verify. Oh, we still have this going. No, that is valid. And his command's probably invalid then. Or maybe they both work. Yeah, they both work. Okay. I'm tempted to use the / just because the dash commands I've never used with PowerCFG. Someone on Guru 3D posted a script with a GUI to unhide all battery settings. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Am I not using GPT-4? Oh, I guess I'm not. So I didn't tick the box. Let's see if the GPT-4 gives us something different. I don't think it would, but it's fun to ask the same question to GPT-4 and see if it differs at all. GPT-4 is always slower too. Yeah, throw the link in chat. Set active, GUI ID, disable monitor sleeping. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I like all of that. Let's just make the change. So we're going to do that. Paste. I think it's set active. Yeah. Yeah, set active, GUI ID. We're already grabbing the GUI ID. That's what the Power Scheme GUI ID is. And now we just got to reflect that in our tooltips. Let's do that. Was that under config? No, it was in tweaks, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be too much. Let's see. Add and activate. How close are we on that? Let's just do an IRM and see what the current one looks like. I mean, we could probably get away with an add and activate on that. What if we squish it? Add and yeah. It's a little wordy though. What do y'all think? Should I leave profile on the end? Like that? Windows power plan settings. Let's see. Grab Guru 3D. Power plan settings Explorer. Man, I'm don't really want to use something I'm downloading off of MediaFire though. That's a little bit on the dicey side. Let's see what it is. Seems like a virus if I ever saw one. Well, make for good content for Twitch. Yeah, no. I ain't. No. That's like, no. That's a big negative. One binary file right at the end that's closed source. I am so far out on that. You just don't know, man. Yeah, I appreciate the idea, and I'm sure it's fine and it works okay, but that's just something. That's a bridge too far for me. I like everything open source, or at least so I could verify the source code a little bit, but just running a random binary file to unlock stuff on Windows. Yikes. We could virus total it. Let's virus total it. I don't think it'd probably show anything, but you got me intrigued. Let's just extract it here. All right. So power. I can't find anything in here. Here. I hate how Windows does this, like, this crap where it just aggravating, where it does this groups. You can change this and go group by name, or can we disable groups altogether? You can. I can't remember. I looked it up at one time. Where's groups? You got to remove the groups. It's just aggravating to no end. Like, I don't want groups. Group none. Okay, sort by group none. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was like, I was right there. I had it on name, but yeah. So silly that's the default option. Anyways, virus total. Let's see. Let's see if it's legit. I bet it is, though. I bet it's fine, but again, I just don't want to put a closed source binary in my scripts. Ah, it's already been scanned by somebody. 0, undetected. Nice. Okay. But again, I don't know if I trust antivirus anymore. Like, after dealing with like creating a binary myself and having to submit it to a bunch of companies, and then have them come back and say my stuff's a virus when it's obviously not. I'm kind of the point where I'm like, I don't even trust the false, like, I don't want a false sense of security where, I don't know. It's just one of those things. I literally have zero faith in any antivirus anymore. Just extract the exe. Yeah. Run it in a VM is probably the best way. You can deploy an AI team to accomplish a task. You can pass it to different modules to use. That's neat. Autogen. All right, we got that done. Did we submit that? We did not. And did anybody say what they prefer? Add and activate ultimate performance profile. All right, that should be fine. I think that's fine. Ultimate performance push. We'll grab that guy. Close out. I think this is going to be the final issue we hit today on this because I still got other stuff I want to do. And we still got to test it all. Have you ever used BCU? What's BCU? Don't know. Not coming up with anything. Peter, man, you know, I would be done with it long ago, but you know Microsoft, they keep breaking things. I blame Microsoft on this one. There's still a lot to do. There's still so much to go for. And I haven't even touched on the executable for the people that have donated too. A lot of it's just running the PowerShell script right now, but that win one shot I eventually got to put a front end on. That's almost done. Man, one of these days. All right, one thing I wanted to look at. Let's do a compile and WinUtil. Okay, so tweaks, not recommended. Let people know. Caution, advanced tweaks, caution. That should be fine. You know what? I do hate the notifications. I make sure to disable that. The restore point's one other thing I wanted to do. Yeah, I'll do that later. I also kind of want to look at updates and how it's been handled. I've been seeing a couple issues about updates. Let's go update. Install selection update not working. What's this? I thought I replied to this one. I'm going to close that issue. That seems silly. I responded to this guy. I'm like, AppWork makes JDownloader, and they were the one to submit it. And this guy was like, there's malware in JDownloader. I'm like, I mean, that's the company that made JDownloader, submitted it to WinGit. I don't know what to tell you. That's just how AppWork did it. So, anywho, that was a weird issue. Anyways, back to our update check. Apps failed to install. Check if app data is up. Security update's not working. Windows 11. It worked on Pro Edition. Okay. Yeah. Can we... Let's modify this script. I think we could make like a catch script, modify Windows Home so it can accept group policy. Because I think I'm setting all the updates on group policy and home users aren't getting it. Modify... Oh, here, let's ask GPT. What am I doing? Asking Google. Modify Windows 11 Home to use group policy. Oh, BC uninstaller. Okay. I'll have to check that out. Can violate the terms of software licensing agreement. I don't think anybody cares about that. They bought the software. They can use it how they wish. It's not like you can add it to domain. The fact they stripped that out. I'm still salty about them stripping out nick teaming. That used to be on like Windows 10 Home and Pro, and then they removed it like 3 or 4 iterations into Windows 10. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I'm like one of the only people that probably use nick teaming from PowerShell, but nick teaming is really cool, especially on Windows Server, where it's still available. But them removing it from Home and Pro, I was still kind of mad about. Anyways. Download group policy editor for Windows Home Edition. There's a setup script made from... Okay. Can you print out the setup script to enable group policy editor in Windows Home. Oh, that's funny. It's like, no, I will not. I am owned by Microsoft. I cannot assist you any further. It's actually a pretty easy script. I think I've used it before. I want to say it's like 2 lines. Yeah, there it is. And they're doing it in CMD. Let's throw this in GPT. Let's see if I can't make GPT do it. Refactor this CMD script for PowerShell. Refactor that for me, would you? Pretty please. Yeah, we can make GPT do things it doesn't want to do. All right. There we go. It's using DISM to push those through. Let's try it. I dig it. Oh, let's just throw this in. We'll call this GP edit home .ps1. Alrighty. Perfect. Let's try it out. GP edit home. Alright, what was that error? Error tried to open. Ooh. Probably need to try this out on Windows 10 Home. Or Windows 11 Home. Oh, look at chat. What we got? Oh, don't give me a YouTube video. It's going to be like 10 minutes. And it's going to say, run this command. Alright. Let's see. Fine.
You might be wondering why I'm bothering to make this video if there's already other tutorials out there on how to get the group policy editor onto Windows Home. Is to create a batch file with a few commands that basically installs the group policy editor packages manually.
Right.
And if you do that, it does appear to work. If you search the start menu for gpedit.msc, it comes. One is under computer configuration, administrative templates, desktop, and then you enable, hide, and disable all items on desktop. What this should do, among other things, is hide all the desktop icons here. But as you can see, if I set it, and even if I do setting, what this should do is remove the All Apps button from the Start menu like it does here in Windows Pro. But again, here in Home, it doesn't happen even if I do. To my hilarious, hysterical Instagram account, I try to post funny stuff. Alright, so here's how to get those policy settings to actually apply. And you will need a third-party program called PolicyPlus.
Yeah, Theo Joe used to be a joke, but
source, and I'll put the links in the description. I should point out the author considers the software pre-release, so it might not be perfect, though I haven't seen any issues with it personally. And it doesn't require an install. You just download it from the releases page and run it. It may prompt you to download the latest policy settings like this. If it does do that, just go through the steps. I don't want to use PolicyPlus though. In the group policy editor, change the policy setting to the registry. Though, keep in mind, for most settings, you will still need to read the other one. So it's actually a drop down here, but I think most vaguely remember reading that.
Yeah, no, there's a way to still do it. Theo's right there. PolicyPlus is a good program, but I want to automate this, and I hate using other people's closed source binaries. So it's a good video, and he is right, but there's ways to do it. I've done it in the past, and I'm just trying to think of how I did it. There was an extra command that you could run to verify that it works. Just use regedit. It works on Home. You can't add group policy objects through the registry and have them reflected on Home. I think in Windows 11 Home they ignore certain commands, specifically in relation to Windows Update, which is what we're trying to do. Great ideas, great mentions on chat, and Theo's video was good. As I've used PolicyPlus in the past, and it is a good program. I can definitely vouch for it, but I do not want to bundle that in. So we need a different solution. Probably, let's see, what would be the best way? Let's see. Enabling group policy on Windows 11 Home. Let's just do GitHub. I don't want videos and crap. Let's see what we got here. These are the 2 commands for CMD. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Nope. Not what we need. That's what Theo said didn't work anymore. think at one time it did. You got Group Policy Plus, which is what Theo showed. Yeah, Policy Plus is open source, but it's using a binary. I wanted to not use some of that for the binary. We might be able to use... Is this VB script? VB script's about to get deprecated completely in Windows 11, the new iteration of it. It's not... No, that's Visual Basic. I'm trying to think. There's a will, there's a way. We'll find it. This one's probably going to be more of the same. Yep. You can do is, but you add the packages. This is actually a little bit tidier than what I use from ChatGPT. Yeah, there's that. Run with admin. Are we sure that doesn't work? One, let's test this script. I want to say that this will work. It may not work on home, but or pro, which is what I'm on. Okay, that did work. Better than the GPT script. But this would just add this package is already here because it's pro. I just wanted to make sure it didn't error out on me. I thought there was another thing you could do to bypass to make sure it goes into effect on home. Yeah, if you can't add it, then you can enable it through this, but convenience, there's something else you can do to make sure it's there so we don't need to use anything. Man, I've solved this in the past. I wish I made a video about it, but I cannot for the life of me remember what I did. Thanks, Coco. Yeah, GPT doesn't want to help me. It doesn't like me. Let's keep going. Somebody's done this. It's a little different. Let's see if that's... Yeah, it's just going to be group policy. No, that's going to be the same. I wonder why he did it in this convoluted fashion. Wait a second. No, that's not different. Directory B list. Okay. Yeah, that's not anything different. I was about to say, wait. I am not crazy, guys. I know I've seen something, and it was just... what did I do with that? Did I put it in my GitHub? Maybe. It already exists in Windows 10, 11 Home. It sits on a throne of lies, GPT does. Group policy editor. This is an AI script. They literally just culled the internet, and this is just to get traffic to this website. Whatever. Let's load up a home edition just to verify. Ask Bard. Yeah, let's ask Bard. Google Bard. Bard has never given me a good result. It's like buying a lottery ticket. Eventually it's going to happen, right? Add gp edit .msc to Windows 11 Home. Really? I don't think that would work, actually. Registry and... Well, that's a different command, but that doesn't seem like it'd work. Let's try a new chat. All right, let's first get this installer rolling, shall we? We'll go File, New Virtual Machine, Installer Disk. Do we have... Oh, wait, where's my drives? Did I not set that up? M and Z, but I usually have an I. Nope. I also have a regular drive too. Been slacking. Well, there it is. NFS. Let's go. We'll just toss this in documents. 1 second. This is going to make a lot more sense here in a second. Z. Can we... I mount my drives a little different. I like to use the NFS for my personal network. It's a little bit faster than that SMB garbage that everyone uses. All right. So now we got all our drives. Let's grab our image from there. Browse. And we're going to go I. SMB is easier. I don't know. You got a lot of permissions issues. You also have 20-30% performance loss compared to NFS. So if you want to be lazy and use SMB, if you once you learn NFS, it's actually just as simple to set up, and you know, you never have to authenticate again. It's really nice. I know you don't believe me, but it's true. All right, I guess we'll go with, that's from 2021. Do I not have another Windows 11? All right, we'll just use that, Windows 11. God bless, that's really old though. Oh, here we go. Here's one. That's an international. Let's grab the English one from 5.8. We'll call this home. All right. Let's customize. I think the processor count. It's always weird. Number of cores per processor. 6. Okay. Oops. Let's go. We'll do 3 cores. 1 processor. That should be fine. Okay. Is there a way to install WebView 2 without installing Edge as well? Yeah, you can. Gaming. Avo Neo, I think, made a disk specifically over that. So if you want to, let's say you did a removed Edge and you need to get WebView 2 back, just run his tool, and I think it's here. I can do it here in a second. Once we get the install going, I'll show you. I'll give it a little link in chat. We'll just go Windows 11 Home. I needed this for testing purposes anyways. All right, we got that rolling. Let's go. All right, remove Edge script. Where are you at? GitHub. Well, there it is. This is what you need. So when you run this script, it actually removes WebView. You could actually change remove WebView to 0. And then once it's finished, it'll leave a little blue box, and you can just type WebView at the end of it. Here's the batch script. Oh, yeah, Steven beat me to it. But if you look on here, let me show you the instructions too. I think it's in his README. So you got this. After removal, enter in WebView in the console. So you run the script, and then after it runs, just type WebView and it'll reinstall WebView and undo all the blocks that are in place for WebView. All right. Windows 11 Home is installed. All right. What's the over-under of this working? Well, if it does work, we'll probably just do a check to see if person, like on launch of the script, if they are a Windows Home user, we'll just go ahead and install the entire group policy editor for them. No, we're not going to sign into Home. Let's see if we can bypass the Home and sign in. I think we can do a bypass OBE or bypass NRO and get past the out-of-box experience on Home. Although they're making it really hard on Windows 11 Home, but I think it's still possible. There's going to be some editions of Windows 12 that will be subscription-based. Right now, the only thing that's for sure, I think, is the Enterprise IoT 11 base or 12 base will be month-to-month or subscription-based. Whether it's yearly, I don't know exactly the pricing structure or anything like that yet, but that's what all the early leaks say about Windows 12. All right, here we go. Windows 11 Home. We'll see if we can't get around the old, let's see. We'll go IP config release. All right. Yes. Actually, let's just go bypass or OOBE bypass NRO. Yeah, we aren't putting my Microsoft account on this throwaway. That would be no bueno. I could just go into the VM and disable the internet, or you could, if this is you at home, you could just pull the cable out. All right, I don't have internet. Continue with limited setup. And this is how you bypass Microsoft sign-ins on Windows 11 Home. Easy peasy. Why doesn't everyone do that? Old Windows 11 Home is pretty rough. On Windows 11 Pro, you can just click on I'm joining it to a domain, or I'm a business user, and then you can just say join the domain, and then just it's not going to prompt you to join the domain on the OOB, so you just add a test account at that point. So you don't actually need to put a Microsoft account in. Just don't click I'm a personal user. It becomes the same since Windows 11 Home? Really? no@thanks.com. I love it, code. Oh, really? Sign in with no@thanks.com with any password and it'll skip the online account requirement. I didn't know that was a thing. That's cool. I've always done the bypass NRO routine that you guys just saw. That always wins too. It depends. If you use the Microsoft Store, it will. Because your Microsoft Store still requires a sign-in. So that's definitely still a thing. Alright, let's go. Alrighty, that's good. Let's install our VMware tools so this doesn't run slow as dirt. We don't want it running like VirtualBox now, do we? I know a lot of people love VirtualBox. I just hate on it every chance I get. I mean, it's fine. It's just slow. Yeah, we just did it earlier, Kang. We haven't done the push and merge to main yet. We're doing a couple tests real fast, and I wanted to test it on one of these environments before we get into it. So we're gonna finish this out. Let's go ahead and reboot. Why don't you use Windows Sandbox VM? I don't think I've ever used that, gaming. I like to at least try and emulate, I guess, what everyone's installing. So I try and download the ISO directly from Microsoft and then get exactly what everyone else is doing before jumping in. Let's go Windows Update. Probably have a good chunk of updates. It's been 5 months. There'll be a cumulative update. It'll probably take a little bit. It doesn't look too bad. The cumulative update's going to be a little bit long. We've actually got 2 cumulative updates. The .NET's going to take forever. I don't know why .NET 3.5 and 4.8 it takes forever to do the updates too, but oh well. Network speed's about a gig or two. I can't remember. Symmetrical, so it's up and down, and it's fiber, so it should be, you know, single digit on the latency side of things. Let's see what we got for Task Manager. Well, let's just see how much this is pulling. Well, not much. Oh, well, no, it says it's still downloading. It sits on a throat of lies. How bad is Microsoft going to try and get you to install Netflix, etc.? I don't know. I don't think they really care about it, to be honest. They get their money up front. So like when you're here, like WhatsApp, they probably paid them a couple million. They, you know, to get these things in. It's just like one of those things. I probably shouldn't uninstall these, but I kind of want to. Just bored. Want to click stuff. Alright, I don't want to uninstall too much. Wait, it gives you Outlook now? Wow. That's cool. Just giving away Outlook now. Oh yeah, the BC uninstaller. Let's pull it up. Bulk crap uninstaller. Wow, okay, let's see what we have. Remove large amounts of applications quickly. I like it. Let's download it. I think this is actually on the toolbox, is it not? I want to say I added this. People asked for it. I swear I did. Yeah, it's right here. I was like, man, I remember installing this tool and putting it in the toolbox. Yeah, you can just run the utility and it'll install it for you. You can just click bulk crap on installer over here. Or you can go to their website. Doesn't matter. Whichever you're comfortable with. Let's see bulk. What's it gonna say about me? It's been a while since we've wiped this Windows instance out. I want to say several months, right, guys? BC uninstaller. What do you use for a type 1 hypervisor? Probably like XCP-ng is like one of my favorites. I mean, I know like VMware a bit, XenServo, of course, Hyper-V to an extent. And then type 2, you got all the software ones. And for type 2, I prefer like QEMU or in KVM. All right. It's pretty dope. Okay. Shows all the stuff I'm doing. Interesting. Okay. Raw player. Am I ever going to use that? Oh, that might be my DaVinci Resolve, actually. Let's not mess with that. Yeah, cool. Wonder what lazy git is. Some of the stuff I'm looking through, I'm like, I don't even remember installing that. It's a neat tool, though. Bulk crap uninstaller. Well, I remember adding it to the toolbox. I just didn't remember actually trying it. Yeah, QEMU without KVM's type 2. Yeah. I always think if you got a virtualization software running on top of like a OS like Windows or Linux, a lot of times I just think of immediately pigeonhole them into type 2. Even though when you look at like Proxmox and some of the other ones that are considered, I think Proxmox is considered like type 1. It's really just a very minimal version of like Debian, I want to say, and leveraging KVM. Let's see, does this, what's our performance look like? Yeah, if the virtualization stack's not part of the kernel, it's type 2. That's what I thought, Hikari. I just couldn't put it into words. The RAM usage is about 3 gigs stock. Ugh. I should have put that at 8 gigs. That's my bad. Although I still haven't sent in my bad RGB Corsair Vengeance Pro in. I think I'm just gonna keep talking trash about this memory stick every single time I get on stream. Till Corsair sends me a whole boatload of memory. It's like that comedian Ron White when he told the story about how he took his car to Sears and then the guy that put the wheels back on forgot the lug nuts and he drove and the wheel fell off. It was a great skit. Yeah, VMware and ESXi is type 1. Now I want to say they lost the patent to was it I think they lost the patent to Linux, right? Linux Foundation? I can't remember who it was, but I remember VMware losing millions of dollars because when they did ESXi, I think they violated some licensing agreements. I couldn't remember exactly what it was for. Yeah, Proxmox is pretty much Debian. It's been a little bit. I need to tinker around with Proxmox. Proxmox is great for like the hobbyist out there because I love Proxmox's view. Like it has Spice enabled by default and a lot of like the VPNs and stuff. It's really nice. I actually like Proxmox for that. So if you're like wanting like a home lab but you only have like 2 systems and the server has like a monitor on it and you're gonna actually do stuff on it, Proxmox is kind of the way to go because you can do a lot with that Proxmox on your main box and use it for home lab stuff. I think that's great. Daily drive Proxmox. I probably should because I'm constantly in and out of Windows and Linux and everything. Just do a bunch of different ones. T1, thanks for the Prime. I tried that a bunch, King Root. You'd be shocked when you have GPT and you tell them to refactor the code. A lot of times it does a pretty decent job. I would say their success rate's about 60-70% of it actually working, and probably around 20 or 30% that it actually makes it a lot better. But it's nice when it does happen. And I still like a lot of the design elements they put in. You just kind of have to polish it a bit. So you'll say refactor this and you'll be like, oh well, you forgot this. That's wrong. Let me add that in. So there's like some, massaging you have to do with the refactor, but overall, I still like to give GPT a lot of code and tell them to refactor, especially if it's just garbage code that I'm like, I don't even know what the hell this says. And the refactor usually helps a lot. And as I'm refactoring, I'm like, oh, okay. And it does a pretty good job of making it very readable, especially for nonsense code out there. So I really do love refactoring under GPT. As far as Bard, I've yet to get a good response from Bard. I've gotten nothing but nonsense and just straight up garbage. So Google Bard, in my opinion, it's worthless. It's absolutely worthless. I haven't gotten anything good from Bard. And it just blows my mind that Google is so far behind. What's the best way to host a Discord bot 24/7? I should know the answer to this, but I forgot where I put my Discord bot. Wherever it is, it's a great place because it's been running 24/7 for like 6 months on the Discord server. I can't remember. But yeah, there's probably some good VPS offerings that you could probably do, like a micro instance with... You could probably do GCP. Doesn't GCP still have a micro instance for free? There's a bunch of free VPS providers out there. Over years, AI will start making their own apps owned by a major corporation. Maybe. I don't know. I guess I'm just not as scared as AI as most. Because I've seen what AI has done, and I'm like, nah, that's really not that impressive. I will say I really like them looking at code, and it's really a great teaching tool. I think it's amazing. So AI revolutionizing the learning space is huge, but am I scared of it? Absolutely not. Will it get better? Yeah. Will it get scary? Maybe. But I have really enjoyed this, though. What was it? Was it Playground? Oh, where are you? Playground? I was using something the other day, and I had just a ball with it. I made a bunch of YouTube thumbnails with it. I want to say it was like Playground AI. Yeah, there it is. Let's see. Oh, which one did I use? Probably that one. Okay. Yeah. So I've made a bunch of stuff with this Playground AI stuff. It's basically just using... oh, what's the one? You can run it on your system, too. And just run it. This is just so much fun. Let's go to my canvas. Open last canvas file. Yeah, I was just like making random thumbnails, and I was just like making evil, like, what did I put? Scary Microsoft man, data center, background, dollars on ground. Futuristic. And that was the entire prompt. And it can spit out some like really kind of cool background style thumbnails. This one was a fun one. Computer gaming layer, OpenSUSE, modern. And then I just kind of spit that out, and then it was like, I'll use that for my OpenSUSE install live stream that we did. So on the secondary channel, I started doing a lot of my backgrounds with that, and then tossing like Twitch chat or something over it so people know what's up. It's a fun little mess around tool. Sign in to use widgets. All right, we're done. Stable Diffusion, yes. Thank you, RP. I don't know why I had a brain fart there. Yeah, most of that stuff all runs on Stable Diffusion. I mean, Playground AI is pretty blatantly using Stable Diffusion, I'd say. I think all the models are the same. Everything's the same. It's just spun up already. If I got really heavy into it and I was using it for thumbnails all the time, I probably would dedicate a box and just be running Stable Diffusion nonstop. And just have like a... Oh, geez. I'd probably go big on that one. I'd probably go like a 4080 or 4090 so it can really churn out some images. Yeah, I also saw that too. There's some really interesting... I'm going to just let that go. I saw some really interesting things too that I kind of wanted to try on stream. Maybe on Tuesday's stream we'll do it. PF Sense, probably like a year or two old. They should still be relevant though, Rise of the Nerds. But I did see this, and I wanted to... the guy that did my new logo Also sent me a refactored version or a version of the Win toolbox and said, hey, here's what it would look like in Windows 11. You can feed that image into ChatGPT, I want to say, and then it can write some of the entry code for it. And I wanted to try that on like maybe Tuesday's stream, a next Tuesday stream, where we'll feed in an image and say, hey, write a .NET WinUI3 library using this image and put it in C#. And then it should be able to write all that front end for us, or a lot of it, do a lot of the heavy lifting, and then we can modify it and massage it using that image from that. So we're going to see if we can take from an actual designer and then see what we can do with it. And I think that'd be kind of fun. Did you know the RTX 4090 is 32 GPUs? No, I did not. That's awesome. Yeah, image code to text. Kind of insane. We'll see how well that is. I don't anticipate it working very well, but I think it'll give us enough that we can kind of work with it and go for it. I'm not a designer by any means, so that's kind of where I'm at. Theo Joe made an AI tool to make AI thumbnails. That's awesome. I still like to kind of put like the final touches on the thing, but I would love it if I could just feed my head shot into a whole bunch of like Stable Diffusion and just get an entire makeup of it, and then I will never have to shoot another thumbnail ever again. That would be amazing. I would love that. So I'm totally on board with the whole let's emulate myself in Stable Diffusion train and then just never have to do another AI thumbnail or a thumbnail ever again. That'd be awesome. Can you run your script during Windows install and bypass all the BS? Nah, you still got to get through the Windows. You still got to get to the desktop, which we're almost there. I'm just going to reboot this one more time, and then we'll actually shut it down once we hit desktop. And then I'm going to do a snapshot so we have a good version of Windows 11 Home that we can test stuff on. OpenAI is slowly releasing the new ChatGPT feature that reads any text and describes it. It's exponentially better than Midjourney's. Okay. I could see that. Midjourney's was kind of weird. I jumped on Midjourney's a little bit, and it was kind of strange that you had to get on like their Discord server, and then the monthly payments were super strange. It was definitely like a fly-by-night operation. I was like, geez, guys, you should have spent like another week on this probably. But I think they was just like, let's get it up right now and start taking money. So I wasn't very impressed with Midjourney's. It was neat, but it wasn't like, hey, let's subscribe to this. Man, all right. Man, Theo's been cranking out some high-quality videos.
From start to finish.
Full stack. That is so great. AI meme generator. Okay, yeah. I'm going to start that already, I can tell you. Good on... Am I following Theo Joe? I need to follow him. Because he made the YouTube stuff, too. The Spammer Purge. Here, I'm going to follow him. Kind of catch up. Is there any other stuff that he's been working on? Let's see. What's he got in his repos? Auto sync translated dubs. Yeah, it's all YouTube stuff. Sonar... If you know, you know. Sonar, Radar. Such great programs. If you don't know them, you should Google it. Also, Overseer is pretty sweet. If you, let's say you want to be like Netflix and you want to give like your family some access to your libraries, you can actually set up Overseer to accept all the responses, and then it translates it to Sonar and Radar, and then goes and grabs whatever media you need from anywhere in the world. It's pretty cool. What else has he got? Anything cool? Yeah, he's so doing that too. That's funny. That's cool. All right, cool. That's neat. Wizar. I haven't seen Wizar. What's that one? I think LiDAR is the MB3 one. What's Wizar? Wizar is an advanced user invitation management system for Jellyfin, Plex, and Embeddy. Oh, I haven't seen that. I kind of like Overseer. It would be hard to pull me off of it, but that looks like a good competitor. That's cool. Oh, that's good, Tommy. And you know, I still need to revisit NixOS too. That'd be a lot of fun. I love me some NixOS. All right. We've got this up. What else should we do? Let's see. Are we on the desktop? We're on the desktop now. We've updated our home. We're good. We're going to shut this bad boy down. We're relaunched and we can finally start our testing. Snapshot. Take it. We're going to call original. Homar is for pages. That's awesome. How's the Archetypes revamp actually going? I haven't really dived into it. I haven't had any time to, or I haven't had any, shouldn't say time. I should say I haven't made any time to do it. It's not something I'm like, oh gosh, I can't wait to do that. I like wanted to get the server version up, and then once I got the server version up, I was like, nah, I don't really care about the rest. I still want to finish my DWM and also getting probably my other versions on there as well, like BSPWM and probably KDE as well. But I haven't used KDE in a long time now. Have a good night, Hikari. All right, we're ready for our testing. Worked on Pro. Great. And what we're going to do here is switch to the testing branch. I guess let's run the tests first. Or actually, let's just grab... Where are you at? Oh, we never committed it, did we? Yep, we never committed it. Let's commit this. Home GP edit. We're gonna push that up. We'll reload this, and we should have home GP edit. GP edit home. Let's go with the raw file. All right, and we're gonna come back to our VM. So right now, when you go GP edit, we get nothing. And then when we add this, we'll just pipe this in. And this is going to go out, install our group policy stuff. There's one more thing we need here, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was. All right, we got that. Let's reboot. Oh, thoughts on the GNOME executive directory? I don't know, man. I haven't been following that. I don't really stay up to date with a lot of the politics behind Linux a lot of times these days. I just kind of use it when I need it, and then I just kind of move on. I should follow. Some of it's pretty funny. All right, so we have GP edit. We did that. If we look at gpedit.msc, we're gonna just add. Probably the easiest way to see if this is working. Let's go desktop. Hide all desktop items enabled. Apply. And then we'll just do GP update force. Oh no. You know, I still love that material shell from Papa El Gringo. He was great, man. I love his theme, material shell. If you've never, so for those GNOME people out there that like it on Linux, check that out, man. Material shell's awesome. Like it makes me actually kind of want to use GNOME. And then I remember it's GNOME, and then I'm like, no. But it kind of does. So if you're already on the fence and like, GNOME's not that bad, you try material shell, you'll be sold. It'd be great. All right, yeah. The group policy definitely does not apply. Policy not applying. Windows 11 home. Let's just try standard old Google. GNOME is the worst. Yeah, it's pretty bloated though. Totally. All right, make sure you're signed in as admin. What? Is this another AI article? I swear, if I see one more damn AI article, I'm gonna just lose my stuff. Okay. Open settings, about option. Uninstall conflicting programs like OBS Studio. What? This is so written by AI. Restart your PC, refresh policy. Is it going to show GP update? Yeah. Reset group policy editor. Ooh, wait. That might work. Run the batch file. Well, that's if it's missing. Let's reset the permissions. I think that RD might actually do something. I can't remember. I want to say that was part of the solution, though. Okay, that's good. DISM, check health. Man, they're just throwing everything in the kitchen sink. Maybe AI might actually give us something good here. It's probably not. It's going to be a bunch of garbage, but maybe that RD command might work. Let's ask GPT. I swear it was something like that, though. What's this command do? Let's just send it in here. Okay, RD is remove directory, the command that deletes directories. Q is quiet mode, group policy users. It deletes the system32 group policy users directory and all the contents without asking confirmation. If that succeeds, it ensures the following command is executed. It deletes Win32 directory and all the contents and asks for confirmation. In a practical sense, is resetting local group policies by deleting. How do you get group policies to apply on Windows 11 Home after you have DISM added gpedit.msc? Let's see if we get really specific with the question. Oh, come on, don't tell me that. Yeah, we've already done a force update. Okay, we can try RSOP. Yeah, we tried Bard. Bard was garbage, I want to say. It was nonsensical. We can try, because the Bard one was a very incomplete answer. It was like meshing two solutions together that just didn't make any sense. Like right here. Yeah, enabling the features one thing, but it was not. We can try it. Yeah, feature name, group policy not known. RSAT's not even installed. Well, yeah. It was like, that's not gonna work. I already knew it. I need to type it in. Bard's terrible. Alright, let's go RSOP. I think I've used that in the past. Alright. Set of policy is being processed. I think RSOP should work on home if you've done the DISM command like we've done prior to this. And with that working, we should be able to modify it a little bit. Or at least see what's up with the user settings. Let's see. Does it show any of the settings? This is just showing security settings, software settings, nothing. Yeah, it's not showing anything. Maybe you need to add the ADMX templates to home. There's a way to do this, guys. I know there's a way. I know people don't believe me, but I swear there's a way to add. This is BS. ChatGPT's straight up lying to us. Add ADMX templates to Windows 11 Home. To easily install. Okay. And if you're not familiar, ADMX templates expands the capabilities of group policy. So that's what I'm doing. All right. ADMX templates. What if we run the ADMX templates direct? Okay. Let's see if that fixes it. I'm going to just see if this gives us what we need. No, it isn't a crack. Let's see. Why don't you just make your toolbox convert Windows from home to pro and apply crack? Well, that's illegal. I don't want to get in trouble. We want to use the official Microsoft tools to modify Windows. Because if you use the same tools they give you, they can't really say anything. Because we're using their official download from Microsoft.com. So let's install all these ADMX templates. This expands the capabilities of Group Policy Editor. And if we run gpedit now, let's see what we get. We will find, we'll fix this though. So that's a computer configuration. Let's try a user-based configuration instead of computer-based. What do we have? We have a recycle bin on the desktop right now. Let's try to remove the recycle bin. And this one, we're not going to do a force. We'll do just a standard GP update. No space. So once the computer policy does the group user policy, and then we log out, log back in. That's one thing about user policies. They typically don't require a reboot. And still no apply. Still no go. Let's restart. Just make sure. I don't anticipate that working. Internet Exploder, man. Lots of good memories there. Yeah, SLMG our managers used a lot for registering. It's a great tool to learn. There's a lot of practical use cases for SLMG our manager as well. If you ever need to register a key, it's actually really good. Especially if your like settings menu is broken. All right, that is definitely not working. It's a good idea in principle. I want to say How to Geek, or not How to Geek. I think Major Geeks actually did an article about this. I want to say I read that. Major Geeks install GP edit on home. I want to say there was this, but they did something extra with the enabler. I don't think that was quite it, was it? All right. Yeah, this is just doing the list approach with a DISM. Should actually net the exact same thing that we have, because all it does is add the packages. I don't think that's going to do it. I want to say, where did I see that? I'm pretty sure it was Major Geeks, though. Copy some files and folders. It appears that 64 bits of Windows 10 Home doesn't work. Go to and copy the files and folders to System 32. Oh. That might do her. All right, so grab group policy users, and gp edit.msc and toss it into system 32. It seems a little bit wonky, but it's Microsoft. It's in the realm of possibility. So we'll come down to system 64, and do we have GP? All right, we got GP edit right here. Copy it, just to verify. That was GP edit MSC. Okay. I don't know if we have a GP edit MSC. All I see is the DLL. Okay. Let's try just group policy folders at the top. Do we have, okay. We have those. So what we can do, once we manually fix this, we can just make a script. And, well, that is very odd. Group policy users. But on system wow, there should have been another group policy. Yeah, group policy right here. Maybe I didn't. What's going on with that? Maybe it's locked from the GUI. We can try and PowerShell through it. All right. I'll switch to dark mode. Jeez. Oh, I don't even. Where is dark mode? Is it appearance? Accessibility? Personalize. There you go. Yeah, DCAT, I hear you, man. Sometimes I get frustrated by Windows. Not sometimes, all the time, but it is what the world uses still. For now. Let's go into terminal with admin. Let's come into Windows system syswow, I think it is. ls. Is there like a grep command of GP? I don't know if grep works on. Nah, I didn't think grep works. I think you got to do like whereas object or some BS. All right, let's see here. GP. Yeah, it's just the GP edit DLL. But there is group policy. Is there anything in group policy? It's just blank. The entire folder is directly blank. Blank. All right, group policy. What if we do a complete reset of group policy users? Was there group policy and group policy users are here? Oh, group policy has children's. Okay. Yeah, let's just all that. You do not have sufficient permission. Take on. Let's see if we can't just like do an elevated explorer. See, it hides group policy in here. Interesting. All right. I bet you it's gonna be show me all. Yeah, there it is. All right. So I think they're doing something from a. It might be something as simple as they created a dummy folder and then stripped all permissions from admins from it, and that way you can't write new group policy into it, which would make sense. It says full control. Let's edit. Okay. Let's go into advanced system for the ownership. Administrators. All right. Do a recursive take ownership of it. All right. Still nothing. Really? Oh well, we're gonna delete it now. Let's just delete all of it. I think from an elevated prompt, we'll probably do like a remove item force and then take these out. And I want to say group policy should come back. I think I already removed it from here, didn't I? Not yet. I mean, loop, I have a couple packages in the remove all, but I haven't really gone deep in depth on HP yet. So no, I don't think it will. All right, I think I did get group policy on that. All right, let's go group. Now we're good. So now we're going to just accept this. I want to do another rerun of that IRM. Now the question, the $1,000,000 question is, if we come over to Windows, System 32, and let's just do a dir, what is it, star dot, can't remember the command. I am drawing a blank. Yeah. What is command to dir only directories? I don't know why I forgot that, but I cannot remember. 80. That's it. No, that was not it. I guess that was an alias for get child item. Okay, well, we'll just do it the long way. We're in CMD though. That's not gonna work. Now it'll work. Oh wait, no. All right, let's look at group policy. So group policy is not here at all. Maybe they put it in there to trip people up. And if you look here, I don't see group policy here either. All right, desktop, enable, apply. All right. Why do I keep closing that terminal? Man, I hate using, what is this, PowerShell core? I can't remember. I always get them confused. Okay. Oh, did you give me group policy? No group policy over here in System 32. Yeah, that's not going to work then. Thought for sure it would set it. No group policy over here either. Nope. Chris breaking Windows any percent speed run. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's group policy and it's home, so it really shouldn't need those folders regardless. Even though we needed to take ownership from the system to grab and manipulate them, I still feel like that's shouldn't matter either way. There's so much just garbage left in both versions. Well, I'm stumped on that. Was there anything else in the major... Was it Major Geeks that we had up? It was, wasn't it? Let's see. It's just the same enabler crap. Maybe this did work once upon a time, but not on 21H1. Guess it needs an update. What was the script? Yeah, that was just the old script. And this wants to copy those folders, which is weird. You should now have working. Download this file. That's interesting. That might work. It's a little more involved than I thought. What was the info? Yeah, Windows is really good about getting me to rage quit. All right, so run the commands, which we've already run. That adds it through DISM. Run gpedit. Yeah. But still not working. Enable with the PowerShell script. Okay. Enable the gpedit using gpedit installer. What? What is that? Okay. It's just an info file, I guess. Doesn't really say anything, does it? Random setup.exe files. What's the over under on this one, guys? Jeez, it was modified in 2011. Yeah, that would be completely stupid to run. But then again, sometimes they don't change anything. A lot of the base Windows stuff does still work. So there's the edit, GP edit right there. This is the temp files. Run that from that file directory. I mean, that makes more sense to me. That should fix everything. Because when you look at a lot of the folders, here, let me show you. Instead of using like PolicyPlus, we want to use the official Microsoft stuff, sure. But, all right, so we got the x86 file, right? We'll open that, we'll extract. And then if we look at the temp files, where's the temp files at? Windows temp gedit and Windows temp gedit, yes. No, it's not there. Where are those files located? Did they hide them from us? All to get group policy working on home so we can manage updates sanely for home users. I should just tell everybody get Windows 10 Pro, but at this point I'm just like, I'm already sunk cost fallacy here, guys. I feel like I'm just like right there. I'm about to solve it. Those were the ADMX templates that I got. Where's that at? That's in SXS, which is the updates directory, and that's not where it should be. It should be in system right here, this MSC. This is all because I just didn't want to use PolicyPlus, but I don't know. There's something cool about it. I guess I don't want to use PolicyPlus, but at the same time, I'm like, at this point, I'm like, might want to, because I'm gonna have to hunt down all these files. This is a brand new system. This is just a test system, so I don't have any programs installed. Everything searches really good though. Okay, let's think about this for a second. I'm doing a comparison right now between 11 Pro and Home, and you can see here 11 Pro has MSC directly in System32 and SysWow 64, where if you look back over into Home, oh geez, did I kill that? Oh no, I did. All right, let's just go gpedit. All this for just one GitHub issue, I know. The links I'll go to. But you'll notice real quick the difference between Home and Pro. GPedit, no, there's GPedit there, and there's GPedit. It's not in SysWow. I don't think that matters, does it? So let's look at ours. GPedit MSC. It is in SysWow over here, and you can also see it in Sys32 ENUS and SysWow 64 ENUS there. Well, shucks. PolicyPlus it is. I don't want to be copying files, because what'll happen is that I can grab these files and make it work on Home, but the versions have to match up, and if there's ever updates to gpedit, which there will be, it'll break. And ain't nobody got time to maintain that crap. So yeah, I guess PolicyPlus is the way to do it. All that for to come to that conclusion. Yeah, the problem Z80, yeah, it's just there. King root, let's see. What do you got? You said 405.
If you do not want to download third-party software, now before internet connection, and you can either type in these commands or you can just copy paste them from the article. We are just going to copy paste. We will copy paste the other one.
Those are the two commands, yeah.
Then paste the other one. Hit enter. After this, you will need to restart your system. And after you've restarted, try using the GP edit MSC command then.
But it's not going to apply.
Now, some administrative templates may be missing. You can go to the article. We have a link to the ADMX files. Click on the red download button.
So those ADMX files, maybe. See, that's exactly what I thought.
Not all the features are available on the Home Edition. For instance, multiple local group policies are not supported on Windows Home. You should also note that Windows Home users will have to restart their computer to apply any of the new settings. For more helpful articles, also note that Windows Home users will have to restart their computer to apply any of the new settings. For more helpful articles to help you.
Okay. Yeah, there's some weird changes on that side of things. I don't know if this would work anymore, but we could try the ADMX templates. I mean, I thought that's what I downloaded, though, wasn't it? Because I was like, hey, if you grab the ADMX templates after getting group policy going, that should work. But at this point, it's like, just use PolicyPlus. So we've already done that. And then ADMX files, Microsoft here. All right. I want to say I already installed this, correct? Let's open up the folder. I downloaded the September 22 update. This is the October 21st update. So yeah, I was right on the same thought pattern as them. It looks like I grabbed the latest update, which would actually be the correct one. Because obviously we're on a Windows 11 version, not 2 years old. So that should have worked. Oh well. I think they're really starting to close that loophole. We probably would use like PolicyPlus or something different. I might look into other solutions for that. Let's test this. We still need to test this darn tool. Goodness. All right. Let's. I get sidetracked. I was like, I want to fix this, but sometimes you just got to move on. So we will. Moving on, and we're gonna go to the test branch. Everything's passing on the check there, which is great. Let's look at this. Let's go raw file, and we're gonna just grab this to test the branch, and then we'll push it live so everybody can see these new latest and greatness. Oops, fat finger and everything. We'll skip the chocolatey install for now. Do we have Thorium? We have Thorium browser here. So if we go to install that, let's make sure that installs. That's good. WinGit also having some issues. WinGit's been kind of problematic lately. I think we need to change the tool up to install chocolatey, just not even get an option, and then just do a chocolatey install of WinGit. So one of the ways you could get around this, we're just gonna do chocolatey install. All right. And what I've seen with chocolatey is, I don't know what Microsoft's doing lately, but WinGit, oh no, WinGit's working. So let's try that again. What? Okay. It looks like they changed fundamentally what gets installed with WinGit on the startup here. That's odd. Why can't I interact with that on the... Let's just relaunch and check. Thorium install. It's not working. Let's look at our transcript. I think we can just actually temp WinUtil. Dude, what happened here? It's not spitting out any errors. Maybe they're trying to lock down WinGit a little bit. Let's try to do a choco install WinGit, see what chocolatey spits out. It might be because of us not signed into Microsoft account. You think they would add something that crappy into WinGit? I mean, it's possible. All right. We'll try one more time, and if it bombs out again, we'll know if it's a partial install or they've done something different with WinGit. I want to say... No, internet's enabled. It wouldn't launch the script if the internet wasn't enabled. Weird. Okay, so they gimped the version of WinGit on latest iterations of Windows 11 to where if you're not signed into the Microsoft account, it won't go fetch the dependencies for WinGit. It has part of WinGit installed, but it doesn't have the UI utility required to make WinGit functional, where the older versions did. Why would they do that? Well, I mean, that works after the chocolatey install of it. Oh, that is bonkers. So this is just a new install of it home. It might be isolated to Windows 11 Home and specifically new versions of Windows 11 Home, but I feel like we have to fix that. Ah, jeez, that is wild, isn't it? Okay, so probably the easiest way to do this is we typically were prompting the user, do you want to install Chocolatey? Let's remove that option. We're just going to install it if it's not already installed. That's the easiest way around this. And then we just do a Cocoa install. So we're going to change the functions out. The install of Chocolatey. All right, here's the confirmation. So what we do here is we remove this and remove this. Shift it. Installing now. You get no more options. Okay. That's fine. Why are we getting an error there? The catch looks good. Did I miss a bracket somewhere? Oh. So we open. We got two opens. We got an open close. Then we got a close. So this is closed. Wait, what? Oh. I'm such a goob. Okay. You removed one after installing now. Yep. That's what it is. Thank you. Chat to the rescue. We're good. So that's installing Chocolatey. So now we'll just go modify how we install the program WinGit. Installing, that's WinGit. Install. Let's install WinGit. This was using this script to run. Okay, so we have this to verify it's installed. It checks the computer version. Stops if it's not at least 1809 or greater, which everybody will be more than that now. And then it will use the alternate installer if it is. We'll run this, but instead of doing an IRM run like this, we're just going to go Cocoa install WinGit. And then it'll say WinGit installed after that is done. This seems like a much quicker way, better way of doing it. Let's do a compile and then check to make sure the sequence matches up. When we look at this, I think that should work. Yeah. No, that'll work good. Let's just compile it. So we'll compile. Fix WinGit install on new system. Well, tell your brother happy birthday, Ashland. Just done making chocolate chip and peanut butter frost. Man, that sounds good. Oh, sounds delicious. Alrighty, we're good here. This should fix this issue. We're going to use Chocolatey to install WinGit. I know that sounds ass backwards, but it should be a lot better. So we got that. We've pushed that out. Let's go back over to our system. And we're going to shut it down. We'll revert to the snapshot before we fixed WinGit. And then we'll rerun the test script. Let's go snapshot, revert to original, and then we test again. I'm getting the error enabling system restore. I've seen that before gaming. You need to run Windows Terminal with admin. Sometimes the PowerShell command, I don't know what it is. Certain versions of PowerShell don't have the enable a system restore point or a get computer restore point option. Very odd. All right, let's go. Oh, geez. We're blind again. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to switch it out. This is supposed to be stock, so we're just going to be blind for a little bit. Don't worry. I'll be quick. Go test. There's our WinUtil 1 minute ago. Raw. Okay. And now we're going to go terminal with admin. Yes. The edge flashbang. All right. Now we're going to test out our test branch. If this goes through, this should install Chocolatey automatically. And that's good. Okay. And then once that's done, let's see. The question I don't know is it might detect that WinGet's already installed and not want to do the Chocolatey install of WinGet. Let's see. Yeah, that's totally what's happening. So WinGet's there, but it's just like, nope, I'm not going to do it. So that means we have to put in checks for it. And the checks that we need is the Chocolatey install of WinGet. What are we looking for? So it's grabbing Microsoft UI XAML 2.7, VC libs 140, and then it grabs the Win. The CLI doesn't even matter. The CLI gets installed, but it's missing dependencies. Someone at Microsoft fell asleep at the keyboard and forgot to install these 2 dependencies for WinGet. What? Oh, you're using the latest update of PowerShell? Okay, so PowerShell 7 might need to switch to PowerShell Core. Oh, God, I hate to tell you to do that. Or what you could do... Well, no, so GJ, it's now... This will all work. Like, if we launch back into our thing, let's say we want to install the Thorium browser, it'll actually install Thorium now. Microsoft literally left out dependencies, but they have the actual WinGet executable in there. It's just they forgot to include it in this build of Windows. So now I have to go and write some kind of error checking to make sure that those dependencies exist. They just fell asleep at the wheel on this version update. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it has it on the latest version, but not completely. Isn't that weird? See, we have Thorium now. So there's Thorium browser. It works. It required me to do this, which double checks for this Microsoft UI. Okay, so let's do a check. Look, git appx package online. What are the triggers? Package type, filter, name, publisher. Just seeing if I can't find exactly what I want. Name. What's the name we need? No. Yeah, we need to do a search. Shell experience XAML. So there's that XAML. Microsoft UI XAML. CVS. Well, there should be a way to do a wildcard here. I can't remember off the top of my head, though. Okay. Just an asterisk. So it's missing... Okay, so you got 2.7 and 2.8. Which one was the one we were getting? Oh, it's probably gone now, isn't it? So we got 2.7, 2.8. And the one that WinGet uses, I want to say was 2.7. So they didn't forget the package. They just... WinGet was requiring an older package of 2.7 to function properly. All right. So now we close it down again. Restart to snapshot. And then I want to do another git appx package. And we're going to do Microsoft UI.xaml asterisk and see what it comes with. I'm going to tell you it's missing the 2.7. If I was a betting man. And that's the reason why all of this is not working. So then we could do a if statement. If it's missing this XAML, go ahead and do a Cocoa install WinGit, and then it would grab the dependencies, and then it would install on any system, in theory. Okay, so we're gonna do git apex package, and then towards the bottom here we should have the XAML CVS right here. Where are you at? Okay, XAML CVS, XAML 2. Oh no, it's missing. Oh no, there's 2.8 and there's 2.7. Okay, so it got both of them, and it has the VCLibs 142. Man, I am at a loss here. Why would this not work? What happens if I do the install right here? WinGit just fails. So it's a bug. It's just a Microsoft bug. WinGit just doesn't work out of the box. You see how it just bombed out? And this is a fresh install directly off the disk. I just snapshotted back to how it was right off of the DVD, or right off of the ISO. Man, that's some BS. Okay, so yeah, if you update all Microsoft apps, yeah, it's true. Is there a way to manually update WinGit from the CLI? Can we do like a WinGit upgrade maybe? I bet that bombs out too. Yeah, see, it's just everything's gonna bomb out. The only thing that works is the hash command. What about validate? There's got to be something. Huh. Okay. I'm looking for like maybe a set of commands that like brings it back to life without. Maybe you have to launch the store. And if you launch the store, it's going to want to sign in, I imagine. And apps. Yeah, it's going to want you to sign in. And maybe if you were actually signed in, it would be fine. And this would be okay. So that's why people are having issues with that. Why occasionally I get a person saying I can't do it. And if they would just do Cocoa install, you know, WinGit, it would grab and do it, which obviously I haven't done that yet. IEX, we'll just install Chocolatey. I still like the auto install of Chocolatey. That's going to fix a lot of issues for a lot of people for the install of WinGit. But for these new Windows 11 users on the latest version, I mean, there's not much I can do because it's a bug in the actual system, and WinGit has to be reinstalled, even though it's just installed improperly and it needs to be updated. And either you update it from the store or you just do it through Chocolatey, doing like a Cocoa install WinGit. Is Docker in your WinUtil? I think so. Couldn't imagine me missing Docker, but maybe not, because who runs Docker on Windows? I mean, most people do it through like WSL or something, but I know some people do it in some test environments, but most people do it in like a WSL environment or a Linux box sitting off to the side. Like all my Docker stuff sitting in a Linux box. So I can't say I can't remember the last time I've used Docker on a Windows box. I've interfaced with it doing like SSH and things, but so be it. So now, of course, it works. Yeah. See, now all of it works once doing the Chocolatey. Bonkers. Okay. Well, the update is still good. I think we made a lot of improvements today. We'll go ahead and merge this into the main branch. And then I'm going to let it sit for a couple hours, go eat some dinner and stuff, and then check to see if anything blew up. And people are like, hey, nothing's working. That's usually how I do it. And then after that's done, I'll finish the commit, and then I'll create a new test branch. But I don't like to create the test branch right away, just because inevitably there'll be something I overlooked, and the quality control from people it's usually pretty good. Yeah, WinGit is a problem child, but man, I do love its functionality. Like, it does some things that just Docker won't. Or not Docker, Chocolatey. So, I get that. Let's... Actually, I was over here. We wanted GitHub WinUtil, and we're gonna do a PR from test. Let's create a pull request. Quite a bit, moving restore point to run space. We're adding communication tab, updating quite a few application additions. Mine today was mostly that PS1 edge removal I haven't really done anything with yet. I got it mostly working, but I still want a little more time for that to bake. That's going to be the next update that I really need to get going, because edge removal right now is going to cause problems with people. The current version of edge removal will remove WebView, which is not good for people using Visual Studio and other Microsoft programs. And then we removed sample submission, testing, ultimate performance, and the ultimate performance now activates on that as well. So let's squash and merge. Did we wait for that to... No, yeah, it's good. All right. So now we've merged our test branch. We can delete that branch and go back to our WinUtil. So everything right now, we have no branches. We've merged everything right back into home. This should be the latest and greatest. It's all live. Let's test that out. We're gonna wait for unit tests to run real fast as well. Let's make sure that all goes through, and then once the actions are done, this is the greatest thing. No matter what you're working on, it is just the best. Just going through the tests and seeing all this go through. So script analyzer pass with a check mark, and then doing the pester test. Chocolatey install winget run always would be that would be kind of an issue as well. Oh no, we got a failure. Oh, okay, never mind. I guess that went through. Never mind. We're good. Okay, so that's all good. That checked out. Our unit tests are fine. We'll look at this. We're going to go to the raw file. Check for thorium. That's in there. So our raw file should be updated. So on all your guys' systems, we should have the latest greatness. Sometimes when I do the link like this hyperlinks back to the raw GitHub file. Sometimes it gives me a little issue. See, it's not there yet, but it will be soon. And if we just grab the raw file here, you should see thorium. Oh, hell. It always takes forever on my computer. I don't know. It's something with my DNS cache or something. I might be doing some caching on my gateway. But anyways, it'll be out there in the next minute or two. I'll make some... yeah, it's Windows. We should reboot. Yeah, it should be there with thorium and some other improvements. Is there a way to get your toolbox in the gray color on a dark mode PC? Oh, that's a good idea. Gaming. Right now, it's not really an option. I could probably make it a toggle switch, because I think some people don't like that. It's a good point. I know some people have said, I don't like the black. Yeah, because the gray is a little bit less contrasty. I get it. Yeah, I'll see about that, and we'll put it on the thing to get it going. But yeah, and also you can see which utility it is up at the top here. It'll switch it to 10/19/2023. So right now you can see it's last month's. But that versioning should change to today's date once that's updated. At this point, just make WinUtil make an Electron base. I mean, there's still so much we could do. I still love the idea of just on any PC, if I don't have a thumb drive with me, I can just run it and then I can just grab it directly from PowerShell. That's so nice in so many different ways. So it's definitely morphed from very, very humble beginnings to its current state. And I think the next state, I probably will finish out that C# program with it and then make a full front end with .NET in the background. That way I don't have to worry about like PowerShell not working, that type of thing. Having just a straight up executable, that'd be sweet. I would love that. And it's just a lot of programming and other stuff involved. That's still probably months away. I would say that's not a polished finished product, probably not until 2024. So probably the remainder of this year to try and code that out. So I couldn't imagine that going very quick. But I didn't think we'd be as far as we are already with WinOneShot on the back end, and how I was able to morph almost all of the, yeah, pretty much everything from the tweaks JSON over into it. So pretty awesome. It was a great stream today, guys. Appreciate everybody for coming out. This was a blast. I think we got a ton done for the Windows utility, and still so much to do. It's always a moving target. As you saw, the weird WinGit update thing, I probably spent an hour too much on the trying to morph Windows Home to accept group policy, just so I can make sure that the home users don't get dunked on by Microsoft and updates. I'll still think of some other solutions on that front, because I don't want to leave the home users on the bleeding edge constantly at Microsoft's mercy. So I'll think of some other ones. We might just end up using PolicyPlus, much like I ended up using Oh No Shut Up. We could do it. And PolicyPlus is pretty proven, and it is open source, so that's great. Hey Chris, I watch all your videos. You literally changed my life. Finally, I'm able to watch one of your live streams. Oh man, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear, man. I love changing and making things, and that's something that I always continue. And you know, we're gonna just make everything as best as we can, and what we can't, we'll learn, get better, and then hopefully we will. we definitely will change, and I'll get better too. I'm still very, very fresh in the programming sphere, and you know, probably a couple months in now, maybe a month, and I haven't really dived in all the way. I blame Age of Empires 4 for that, though. I really have liked Age of Empires 4. All right, y'all. Take it easy. Have a great weekend. I'll see if I can jump on maybe this weekend and do another stream. That would be fun. I'm trying to work in a third stream somewhere, but you can definitely count on Tuesday, Thursday. Later, all.